Hi everyone, welcome back to another race review. This time we are at Interlagos in Brazil. So famous for the F1 race, famous for Is That Glock in, was it 2008? I seem to think 2008 sticks in my memory. Has traditionally been the final race for a lot of the F1 calendar. It's also famous for a lot of people getting robbed outside the circuit, but fortunately because we're doing it in sim we don't have that problem. It's the penultimate rounds of the MRC GT Gran Turismo Touring Car Championship. We've got 2 races to cover in this round, so I'll do them in separate videos as always, but today's the half an hour round into Lagos, and then tomorrow will be the next video will be Dragon Trail Seaside. And then next weekend we're off to Croatia, not Croatia, where is it? It's Italy, for Lago Maggiore, my favourite track on the game. And then we're going to hop over to Germany for the Nordschleife, the 24-hour layout. I've done a lap of that in the Porsche and I've not even raced it yet and I'm terrified. So let's take you through the grid then and who we've got. So we've got B-rated, put in a really solid qualifying, got himself in with a low 133. Has 91 not far behind him in second, so he's, for me, got the optimum side of the grid, to be fair, because he got the inside for turn 1. Viali really strong here. The GTR is a very stable car, 4-wheel drive, pulls it out of corners, so to see a GTR quite high up the grid is really pleasing, because as you can probably tell it's all Porsches. Mutt 36, again another strong qualifying for Mutt on the right side of the grid, so we'll be looking to cling on to Has and be rated and hopefully jump Viali. Then you got me. I couldn't get a lap together in quali. I eventually got a high 133 in, but in practice I was lapping in the 133.2s and 133.3s. I just couldn't get it together in the quali session, but it happens sometimes. Then you've got SHAREfactory. A fast driver, someone who's becoming quite well known for having good, clean, hard fighting, so I'll be watching out for him. You got Steve Stones, who's hidden there behind Haz's car in his Budweiser sponsored BMW. Again, someone who's growing in confidence and getting better in my opinion. Dark Smoker had a bit of a shock of a qualifying session, so to say he's in a Porsche, that should be higher up. TR Owen, a newbie to the league. This is actually Mutt's son. So TR Owen is racing his first official race with us today, so we'll obviously want to see how he gets on. Evil Cat, who joined us at Brands Hatch last time out, and again we'll want to see how he does. Turner, another BMW user, did have a really good race last time out, so we're hoping to repeat that. And then JDM Jeff didn't do any qualifying, so starts at the back. He just arrived a little bit late for it. So let's crack on, see what happens in this one. So let's wait for the lights to go out, get underway. Everyone's revving up now. If everyone gets a clean start. Looks like SHAREfactory got a really good start there. Mutts as well. JDM Jeff didn't get away very well. I watch everyone come through first turn. Notorious for trouble. B-rated gets through in first. Has doesn't manage to get up his inside. Mutt does manage to get the back with Viali, who's currently now in a battle with SHAREfactory. I've lost out here. To SHAREfactory, who had a blinder of a start, so I'm going to be fighting my way through the pack. So I'm back up into 5th after getting the better of Viali. So we'll just watch this because this is the battle. 4th place with Dark Smoker coming through the pack, so he's made up 2 spaces straight away as Dark Smoker. So he's had a really good start. SHAREfactory just hanging it around the inside. I try and go around the outside, think better of it, back out. And tuck back in. I don't go for this move, but I just want to put him off. Dark Smoker's really starting to catch us up now, so Dark Smoker's looking for that move. Twisty sector 2, the Porsche hates this. Just lifts the back out every single time you try. to cover Dark Smoke as he just takes a spin and smashes into the barriers. That's going to put him down. So I've kept my 5th place. So other than SHAREfactory going up and Viali going down, the front is as it was, with Mutt going into 2nd place. So we'll just cover the grid as it were. So B-Rated's got away really well as he leads us through the first lap. Mutt's had a fantastic start. He's jumped a position up, flashes lights at B-Rated trying to put him off. Has 91's picked up a little bit of a penalty. He's got SHAREfactory really pushing hard on him right now. And then you've got me in 5th place behind, just trying to catch up to these guys. TR Owen's had a fantastic start, so he's up into 6th position. He was lowly down the bottom of the grid. Steve Stone's in the BMW chasing him down with Viali in the GTR in 8th. Love the livery on that GTR, does really set it off nicely. Turner's in 9th currently with JDM Jeff making a few places up at the start. He's now in 10th, so the AE86 should actually do really well here. Sorry, the Toyota 86 should do really well here. It's tight and twisty and that car loves that sort of stuff. Evil Cat in 11th, and then Dark Smoke obviously after having his little off. Meanwhile, we've missed a little bit because I've managed to get SHAREfactory, so where did I get this done? So we'll just cover this. So we're on board, we're following me round. Turn number 4, horrible turn, car just wants to drift wide. SHAREfactory unfortunately falls victim to that, and as you'll see he's gone wide and I just slip one up, just keep 2 wheels on the curb, so I managed to avoid getting a penalty there. Let's go on board with me for this one. Actually, you'll see what happens. You just see him just outbrake himself a little bit, and yeah, clean move made happen. Let's see what else is going on then. So we've got Steve Stones coming back through. JDM Josh, yeah, Steve Stones is going to take Owen up the inside. Viali's going to try and follow him through. Doesn't manage to make it happen. Dark Smoke is trying to get back through the pack furiously. So he's catching up to Evil Cat. Someone goes off ahead. That's Turner. He's gone off. Dark Smoker just nibs the back of Evil Cat's car, but respectfully just waits up for him and lets Evil Cat resume before he carries on. Let's jump back up. So I'm up into 4th, chasing down my teammate Has. Mutt 36 is also on my team. I'm running a very different livery to these guys, but all the same we're all Team Michelin. So going on board with Has, you can see looking back, looking forward even, he's still got touching distance to Mutt. We're getting a little bit of slipstream, but he's now got me fast approaching. I'm now starting to put in some really quick laps. See, we're into the tight and twisty sector 2, the bit that the Porsche really struggles on. So 5th and up is all Porsche, as I just managed to get Has on the inside there. Has left me plenty of room for that move. Me, Has and Mutt sort of all agreed before the race that if we did get entangled in battles we wouldn't hold each other up. I think we all stuck to that. We were able to have these battles throughout the race and it didn't really cost us any time. So now I'm going to try and get on the tail end of Mutt. We haven't covered him much so far, but B-Rate this is just letting him escape really. He's much quicker here as well. There wasn't anything funny about it. B-Rated was just on form tonight. So Mutt's just dropped the slipstream to B-Rated, and he'll be getting pressured shortly by me. Has is obviously going to keep in my coattails. SHAREfactory in 5th. Steve Stones is in 6th currently, so Steve's doing well so far. Viali's dropping down the order in 7th. TR Owen's had a nibble but backed out of it. Jeff's parked up having a picnic. That Smoker's got himself through to 9th, Evil Cat in 10th with Turner in 12th currently. So what we'll do, we'll skip forward and just see what happens in a couple of laps time. So I'll just give you a bit of a track guide actually before we jump into the action. So I'm chasing down Haz. This is the lap that you've just seen us cover where I do overtake him, but it's a good lap for me, so I thought I'd show you. Key thing is to ride as much of these curbs through the centre S's as you absolutely dare without lifting. I get that pretty much spot on. Could have carried a little bit more speed, but you know, my braking was probably a little bit early. So as I approach Haz coming into turn 4, the key is slowing fast out. So down to 3rd, take as much of the curb as you can, get on the power as soon as you feel confident in doing so, and just let the car run out. Back over, look out for the 50 board, brake about 10 metres before it, and then just keep gentle throttle all the way through until you see the exit, then hammer it down. Brake, then take all the curb you can. Track limits let you do that. Again, you can get 2 wheels on the centre curb and it helps you grip it around. Power down as soon as you can. This is a hard corner because the car wants to spin out to the right. You can see me catch a little bit of oversteer, all the curb again. This left-hander doesn't necessarily tighten up, but there's a bump halfway through you've got to be a little bit careful of. There it is. As we're coming down, light on the brakes, chunk as much of this curb as you can and back on the power again. Run a lot of that curb on the exit and then up you come. The start-finish straight, which isn't a straight, it's sort of like a gentle left-hand curb all the way. And not really getting any slipstream to benefit me on this one. And that is a lap of Interlagos. Jumping forward a little bit then, we're just coming to close lap 5. I'm really catching Mutt now, I'm in his slipstream and I'm preparing a move into turn 1. With it being Mutt ahead, I knew that he wasn't. I've raced with him quite a few races. I knew he wasn't going to give me necessarily a hard time. He basically just lets me go around the outside. He gets on the brakes early. Didn't have to put up a fight for that one, but it didn't really cost either of us that much time. Mutt and Haz are now going to work together to come back. What happens here though is just a bit of an unforced error from me. So as we come into turn 4, I just get a little bit wrong, quite frankly. Yeah, just get that a little bit wrong, which we'll review. We'll go back and check it out and I'll sort of give you my analysis of it. So as we approach turn 4, like I said, slowing fast out. So at this point I've got a good line. I'm getting ready to put the power on. Just go back on board. You'll see I'm not really inputting anything right now. It says I put the power on. My car's in the wrong position right now. I've got 2 wheels on the curb. If I put full power down, which you'll see I'm doing, it's just going to cause the back, which is sort of unstabilised by basically just going through the corner. There's a lot of load on that wheel, so it's going to grip into that surface and it's just going to spin me all the way around, as opposed to the other wheel which hasn't got grip. And then around I go. Of course then I've got these 2 geezers chasing me down, so I'm still gathering back up speed. You can't really see it, but at this point Mutt looks like he's going to go to my my right, so I sort of stay position where I am now and just make sure that Haz has got plenty of room to get through as well. So we'll stay on board with Haz and you'll sort of notice that there's contact, but there's no malice in any of it. So as Mutt goes, I've left Haz plenty of room, but just Haz being Haz is gone to the extremes of giving space and making sure there's no contact, and he's gone onto the grass. That's going to unsettle him a little bit. So he does collide into the side of my car, but again, that's just because I'm going a lot slower than he is right now. If I was going the same speed, there'd be no contact, so if anything, this is my fault. And that puts him into the wall. He has to get out of the throttle, and unfortunately that costs him time, and that's going to put him in the pocket of say exit. So any responsibility on that is 100% on me, because I cocked up, but now I've got to do it all over again, and I've got to chase this man down. So coming through the tight twisty sector 2 into the spinny right-hander. And you can see Haz in the background coming up under loads of pressure from SHAREfactory. I'm looking at the sort of distance to be rated up ahead, and I can see that if I'm going to get anywhere near that guy, I've got to get past Mutt and I've got to get on with it. Speaking from a realistic point of view, I knew that B rated was probably a bit too far away in order for me to get a move done. Catching him is one thing, getting past is entirely another. So Mutt again just leaves the door open for me, doesn't fight it, so thank you very much for that. Teamwork makes the dream work. SHAREfactory gets past Haz, so he slipstreamed him all the way up, so we'll see if Haz can keep the pressure up. So going through the field then, obviously Haz now in 5th, Steve Stones in 6th, coming under pressure from Viali. So the two non-Porsches fighting for the highest non-Porsche finisher. This one's been there most of the time, to be fair. Viali's pretty much all the way through been the fastest non-Porsche there has been, but Steve Stones has given him a run for his money today. Dart Smoker's up into 8th after that incident on lap 1, I think it was, where he just lost control of the car. So he's going to try and fight back up and get back into that battle. TR Owen down in 9th, so he's not having the greatest races today, but for his first time out, can't really expect too much, I guess. Turner and Evil Cat round us out. So let's jump forward, see what's happening, see if any of these moves get made, and see if I can catch B rated. Meanwhile, the first non-Porsche finisher cup is well underway. Steve Stones and Viali still battling it out. Steve Stones winning this one out for now, but Viali is piling on the pressure. Steve Stones take the racing line, that sort of invites Viali down the inside. He takes that, gets the move done on the Sanaresses, but he's in the wrong position. Steve Stones can just cut back in and get the move done, but Viali's now got a first for Budweiser, or as I call it, cheap American headache juice, and he's using his Logitech GTR Monster to hopefully make a move down into turn 4. Just pulled out the slipstream probably a little bit too early, has to get back on the racing line. He's going to have good traction though, that GTR. The acceleration on it is actually really good. It's his top end where it really struggles. Steve Stone's rear-wheel drive BMW front engines can get a bit squirrely over in sector 2. Viali's going to know this, use the stability of the GTR to drive one up the inside somewhere, hopefully. Let's see how this one pans out. You can just see the drive Viali's got. Look at that. He's just able to get on the power early. Sends a lovely move down the inside. Not much Steve can really do about that. And sector 2 is where it's made. Let's see if Steve can get him back going into turn 1. He's got on board with Steve Stones as he looks at the back of that Logitech machine. He's still in the slipstream. He's going to get sucked along by Viali all the way up along the straight. The power of the suck here is really high. Must be something about Brazil. Viali's going to go ultra defensive though, drifts himself back over to the racing line. Probably knows Steve's too far back, and Steve thinks better of launching an opportunistic move. Let's catch up with the action in a little while, see what happens. Jumping ahead then, halfway point of the race, B rated is winning this and he's currently got about a 4 or 5 second lead on me. I'm not really gaining on him, although I'm chucking him fastest sector times. Mutt is in 3rd, although you're about to see him do a me and just get it wrong here. Easily done. That's going to let SHAREfactory and Haz 91 back through, but he should be able to resume in time for Viali to make his move. In the meantime, Haz is just piling pressure on SHAREfactory. He's really putting him under the cosh here. SHAREfactory is standing up to it well though. Mutt's recovered and back into 5th. he'll be hoping SHAREfactory has continued to battle it out so he can tag onto the back of him. He's not lost that much time, so it's easily doable. He's got 14-15 minutes left yet. Viali has pulled away from Steve Stones, so that battle is over for the time being. Dark Smoker, just going to give him a bit of a shout out while we're here. He streams the entire POV as he always does, an entire race from his POV, sorry. So there'll be a link in the description below to his channel. Go give him a follow. It gets very sweary, especially this week. Entertaining to watch, to be honest, but please go and give him some support. He does some really good commentaries on other people's races as well. He just tends to do them live, a lot of live streams, so we'll cover that for you. Turner is in night. Turner's getting a little bit of pressure from TRO and behind, but the Porsche is going to be superior in the straights, but Turner seems to be able to put a better job together in the corners. And the Nevo Cat in the Hyundai is just trying to finish the race. So let's catch up with this in a few laps time as the race develops, see if anything happens. So we rejoin lap 15. Mutt's caught up to the back of SHAREfactory and has 91. You're about to see this battle start to produce some results now, as Haz is really clinging on to the back of this this green Porsche. He just gets it a little bit wrong, does SHAREfactory. Haz is now all over the back of him once again. These guys have been fighting for like 5-6 laps pretty much straight, as again SHAREfactory just gets it a little bit twisted. I was going to give Haz the run coming into the final turn. This is a good overtaking spot. Can he get the move done? Is SHAREfactory going to get on his brakes just right? There you go, he overshoots. Haz is going to send it up the inside. That's a great move by Haz. Is this going to bring Mutt into the game? Let's have a look from the back of SHAREfactory's car, see if it does. Mutt's going to have the slipstream. Can he get a move done into turn 1? So SHAREfactory is going to get the benefit of slipstream from Haz as well. So he's not going to have that much of a speed advantage. Mutt's going to go for it anyway. Is he going to get the move done? It's brave. SHAREfactory gives him plenty of room. Yeah, lovely move. SHAREfactory's going to keep it on the inside, but Mutt manages to get that move done. What I've got to say straight away is commendable clean racing from all three of these guys. I've raced with this guy quite a lot, and can attest to the fact that not once has he taken the opportunity to throw me off the track. So credit to him for that. Let's see what happens. Only about 5 minutes remaining, so we'll jump ahead towards the end of the race and see if anything's changed. So 2 minutes of racing is left. Pretty much a penultimate lap for most of these guys now. The battle between Haz 91 and SHAREfactory is still raging on. SHAREfactory is going to get the run on Haz coming up the back, inverted commas, straight. Too close for slipstream, so just takes the inside line. He's going to take a slightly shorter run to turn 1, and that's going to give him the benefit of position. So SHAREfactory's got the move done before the turn, but he's got to be better on the brakes. Or Haz is just going to keep it in there. Haz just backs out of it, goes for the cutback. He's going to go for the slightly better drive out, which he manages to get done. Gets a little bit squirrely. That's really good car control there by Haz. SHAREfactory's won this one for now, but can Haz force him into an error into turn 4. SHAREfactory has to go defensive. He's going to compromise his line a little bit. I think he's learned his lesson, takes it really conservative into turn 4. Coming into sector 2, where Haz has been historically very strong. Let's see if he can make a move happen. Let's just go on board with SHAREfactory from the rear. Let's have a look at this Porsche on Porsche hot action. Look at the distance Haz makes up there. Let's have a look. Let's carry on. So we're just watching the timer at the bottom. These guys, I don't know if they're going to make it around the last lap before. This is their last lap. This is the last chance saloon for these guys. Can they get it done? Is Haz going to get the run on him going up to the final turn? Looks like CJW-Racing is just going to have this, you know. Yeah, CJW-Racing is going to have this, I think. Or does he? Has he gone too wide? This is a thrilling finish. That's it, time is out. Has just gets the move done. Fantastic racing, but he's served a penalty. Or has he? Let's have a look. How's that figured out? I'm just going to go back on board with this. Sorry, guys. So, one boarder has. A bit better in chase cam. Purists will shout at their screen. But for some reason, CJW-Racing just runs it a little bit wide here. That's sacrificed his speed. And yeah, Has just gets the move done on the line. There we go. So results confirmed from third upwards. So Mutt has got the final step of the podium. Me and B Rated are still on track. Has and CJW-Racing third, fourth and fifth. Viali sixth. Dark Smoker's going to bring home 7th. Steve Stones is going to bring home 8th. Dark Smoker did get past him at some point. Turner, Owen and Evil Cat round us out. So we'll give B-Rated a bit of coverage. He's not had too much of it, to be fair. There's been a lot of battling behind him and he's had a race of utter boredom. But he's had a fantastic drive out. As you can see, the consistency that he's put in. 133's pretty much the entire race. Just brilliant pace. I just wasn't able to compete with it. It is that simple. I wasn't at my best at this track, but all that being said, B-Rated is a great competitor and fully deserves this win. Even though the live standings brought him quite close to me in the championship, it put the pressure on me for a good result out at Dragon Trail. But B-Rated's going to come home to win. And I'm going to bring home 2nd place. Considering I started 5th, I'm actually quite happy with this. So 2nd place for me, so still solid points. Damage limitation, in my opinion. So as is becoming tradition, we're going to have a little bit of a chat about Kika. The event is fast approaching. Hope you enjoyed the race coverage, by the way. If you've got any feedback on it, just put a comment down below, let me know. I'm still learning all this YouTubey commentary type malarkey. So yeah, Kika, not long to go. If you're interested in racing, get in touch. There's some links in the description below for Kika. If you've got a few quid spare, please go and chuck it in their donations. Obviously Kika is a Dutch charity, so I learned this from Dark Smoker the other day. I watched his stream and he spoke about it. He speaks about it a lot more eloquently and knowledgeably than I do. But it's K-I-K-A, and the K-I is obviously kiddie, and K-A is cancer, so it's what it means in Dutch. So we're doing a 6-hour charity race at Le Mans. I believe it's multi-class as well, so there'll be some GR3, some GR4, some LMP1. Probably on the Gran Turismo side of things, we'll be doing it in sort of like 3 2-hour stints, because we know how much Gran Turismo servers despise the lobbies. Just countless errors constantly, so I think if we tried to do a 6-hour race through GT servers, they would quite literally, defecate. So we're not going to risk it, I don't think. But we've raised a decent amount of money so far. We're hoping to keep that push on, obviously. So if you're watching this and you can help, please do. That's pretty much all for the video tonight. There'll be another video uploaded in the coming days, which will be the Dragon Trail race number 8 review. So it's a reverse grid, so the results that you've just seen here will then be reversed. So if me and B-Rated will basically be starting at the back, I can tell you now, I've not even filmed it yet, there's some utter carnage in that one. It's great, just get in touch. There's a wall of the chicane of death, for God's sake. If you're not going to watch a video where one of the corners is called the chicane of death, then what are you going to watch, So turn off Love Island for a night and come and watch some racing. That's it from me though. I tune out for tonight. It's Sunday night as I record. I don't have to go to work, so I'm going to go and do some practice. See you later, guys. Bye bye.